Shelly here. So today we are going to be doing the AuthorTube Newbie Tag, which if you guys do not know what AuthorTube is, it is basically a platform for authors to build a community and talk about their books. And so this channel is technically an AuthorTube channel, also a Bugtopia channel too. I don't know if I'll ever get more into the Bugtube side just because I've always been more of an AuthorTuber. But yeah. So we are going to get into the questions. There's like 13 questions, and yeah, we're just going to get into it. So question number 1 is, how did you find out about AuthorTube? So I found out about AuthorTube back in like 2018, 2019. This was whenever I just got out of high school. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I originally was planning on going to college for some things in science or in math. Then I was like, this doesn't sound interesting to me. And then some mental health issues happened, and some physical health issues happened, and one thing led to another, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna be a creative writer, and I just created books. Like, I created worlds, so I'm gonna create books, create series. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but yeah, so I found it back that long ago. Honestly, I don't remember how else I found it other than that. Question number 2 is, what genres do you write in? So I typically write middle grade, or at least the pen name Shelly does. I don't remember if I told you guys, like, my real name is Michelle, but my pen name is Shelly that I go by here. And Shelly primarily writes middle grade children's chapter books. She does have ideas to expand beyond, well, I don't know why I said she. I have ideas to expand beyond just middle grade for her. But they're all going to be stories that are but created for our nieces and nephews. Basically more like, I don't want to say more childlike interests, but it just has, I don't know how else to describe it. It has more of a, like, family-orientated, positive messages to it. I think that's the best way I'm going to describe it. But yeah, it's mostly, pen name Shelly is going to be middle grade books. Question number 3 is, what is your preferred writing tense, point of view, or category of stories? So, like I said, middle grade. But honestly, I don't necessarily have a preferred tense and any kind of, any preferred way of doing things. I used to be, like, first person present, but I'm really kind of getting into third person present. Third person past. I don't know. It depends on the story. Each story is gonna have its different way of wanting to be told. I don't think I've ever told anyone this, but like, the way I write is basically the world comes to me typically from a dream. Or like the Bugztopia, like, it came from an idea from my nephew, and I was like, okay, how do I want this to be portrayed in the books? And when my nephew was talking about the Bugztopia world, I just envisioned Hank the Cow Dog, and I was like, this is kind of the world I want, like, I don't know. It's just how I wanted it to be portrayed as. Yeah, but like I said, every book's different. I have an idea for a princess story. Well, it's my niece wants to do a princess story. I've got an idea for it, but I need to have more feedback from her before I can do it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a preferred way, but I just based on the story. Question number 4, are you a plotter, pantser, or plantser? So, if you guys do not know, plotters are ones that plot their books. Pantsers write by the seat of their pants. Plantsers do a little bit of both. I prefer calling myself a discovery writer, meaning I discover the world as I write. You can kind of think this is a pantser, so writing by the seat of your pants. But like, whenever I sit down to do the story, I might have an idea on like what I want to happen today. So I plan on writing chapter 2 of the Bugztopia book 15 today. I have an idea of what I want to do, but honestly, I let the story take it wherever it wants it to be taken to. Which sounds weird, but these stories have been playing in my head for so long, and like, I don't know. I really don't know how to describe it. Like, basically, it's just me replaying how I see it in my head, and sometimes things happen at a sudden twist just because like it keeps my brain engaged and it makes me happy. So I don't know. That's what I do. Are you self-published, traditional published, or yet to be published? So I am self-published. Those books up there are my self-published works. But I do have plans to eventually become like a hybrid author, which means like do self-publishing and traditional publishing for books. I think this is just an idea, but I would like to continue doing chapter books by self-publishing. So the ones that I currently have would continue to be self-published. And then I have ideas for graphic novels and picture books. I would love for those to end up being turned into like traditionally published books. So that's it. Question number 6. Oh, never mind. That one's gonna skip because it's about publishing companies. It's basically like if you have a publisher, what is your dream publisher and literary agent and stuff like that. So like more, I don't want to say technical, but like the more fine details of it. Like, I don't know, I have no idea what I would want for a traditional publisher. Like, I have no idea. Like, I can't even, like, I've done a little bit of research on traditional publishing and stuff, but I don't know what kind of big name, like, I don't know if I want like a big 5 publisher or just a small indie press. I'm not sure. That's nothing I really have thought too hard about. So the next question is, what AuthorTube related videos can you expect from your channel? So I plan on doing mostly like reading my books content, or at least that's what it's going to be for the beginning of it. So like I did with book 1, I was reading 2 chapters at a shot, doing that on Mondays and Saturdays for however many days it takes, and then eventually moving on to like doing a couple breaks, couple videos in between to give me a break, then to go on to do another book and stuff like that. Other than that, maybe do some fun chit chats or maybe discuss the world. I'm really wanting to get your guys' feedback on what you guys think of the characters. But you know, I just need your guys' feedback and stuff. So when did you start writing? When did I start writing? I would say probably back in 2018. It's back when I was 18. Yes, of course, I've been writing before then. But I never took it seriously until probably 2018. And even to be honest with that, like, I don't know, like, what was I gonna say? But like, even before then, like, I always enjoyed writing. It's just, I didn't know if you could make a career out of it, kind of thing. So yeah. What is the first story you ever wrote? So my first story that I ever wrote was actually a story that I called the Believe series. There's a few people who've read the books because I've published them previously. Will I ever publish them? Probably not. Republish them? No. But they were like not even high fantasy. It was a fantasy adventure romance series. I don't even know what it all was. Like, I remember the story, but like, it was just a cluster of I don't even know what. And it never really marketed that well, so I was like, I'm just gonna take them off sale kind of thing. But that was my first story, and that was back when I was 18. Yep. Okay, question number 10 is, what authors inspired your writing the most? I wouldn't exactly know, just because like I'm kind of a weird person where like I enjoy reading, I just don't particularly care about the author. Well, no, that's not what I mean. But like, I enjoy the story for the story, not because this person wrote it. And like, no, I don't read, like, I don't know, like, how do I put this? Like, every author to me, like, each story they write is different from me, like, is different than the previous books. Like, so my Believe series is different than what the Bugztopia series is. And it's just because I'm a different author, but also because it's a different concept, and, like, everyone improves as they get older. Or, you know, like, your books mature too. And, like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it's just, no one author specifically inspired me. Like, for the Bugztopia stories, I would say Hank the Cow Dog inspired me, but then again, crime TV shows, so I don't really know. Question number 11 is, do you schedule your writing sessions, or simply get to write whenever you find the time? So I typically write in the mornings, but honestly lately it's been like whenever I can find time. But even then, like, I haven't really been consistently writing for for almost a month now, and it does take a mental toll on me, so I'm just like, I need to get back into it. But I prefer writing in the mornings because it just makes me I feel more creative at that time. But yeah. So question number 12 is, do you write on a computer, typewriter, write by hand, or a blend of these things? And where do you write in general? So I write in this writing room. I want to do a tour with you guys of kind of like what my writing room kind of looks like. But this is where I typically write, and I typically write on my computer. I would want to also do, like, kind of taking you guys through, like, I want to do a vlog of, like, my writing is like a writing day for me. So I have ideas of what I want to do, but I typically write in here, and I typically write on my desktop computer. Question number 13 is, what are you most looking forward to now that you're part of AuthorTube? I am mostly looking forward to community, and especially, like, people reading my books and me getting to discuss them with you guys. And, you know, maybe one day when my nephew's older, he can come on and he can be, like, express his interest in the series and, like, how it inspired him or stuff like that. I don't know. But I'd love to eventually get to the point where he could be on the channel, and just do fun things like that. I don't know. But I'm really wanting the community aspect. And, like, you know, if I end up finding other authors who write in middle grade and they want to talk about their books with me, like, I would love to have other author friends that write middle grade too. But yeah, that's kind of all I got to say about myself. I will see you guys next time with whatever video I decide to do next, okay? Bye.